What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer A Day with TK. It's a warm one here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, as it is a Wednesday, I'm going to do a WTF Wednesday beer review. For those of you who may be new to the channel, WTF Wednesday is the one day a week when I showcase a beer I normally wouldn't. Sometimes this means I do stuff from the big boys like Bud Miller and Coors. Sometimes I try cool offerings from microbreweries. And more recently, I've been trying to do some international flair. Now, as the World Cup is upon us, you're able to get a badge on Untappd for every beer you check into from a country that's in the World Cup. So I've been working my way through. I did Spain, England, US, Canada, I think Australia, a couple others, and I just found Mexico. So this one here is Corona Familiar, and this is a Mexican lager. This is from Grupo, Modelo. It says Mexico City on Untappd, but I think on here it says Nava, N-A-V-A, Mexico. So I guess, I don't know if Nava's in Mexico City or what, but that's what it says on here, Nava. And this is 32 ounces. Now, I've seen this many times at the gas station. When I looked on Untappd, it looks like I tried it once, maybe like 5-6 years ago, but I honestly don't really remember. I don't usually drink Corona, so I thought it would make a neat video. I'm not sure how it differs significantly from regular Corona. I think when you looked it up on Untappd, it gave you a little blurb, and it said that it is fuller flavor and a higher ABV, but the ABV is 4.8, and I think regular Corona was 4.5, according to Untappd, so kind of a negligible difference, but I suppose it is slightly higher ABV. And it also said that this is shareable, so I guess it only comes in these 32-ounce bottles. I'm kind of a fan of these old quart bottles. When I was a kid growing up in Philly, this is what people used to drink. Not Corona Familiar, but they would drink quarts out of brown bags. So you would see all the older guys sitting around on the steps or on the corner, and they'd have a quart of beer in a brown paper bag, and they'd be drinking it. Because I think back in the day, you'd get in trouble if it was an open container. But I guess legally, if the bottle is covered in a brown bag, you don't know what's inside. Could be beer, could be something else. I don't know. That's what I was always told, but that's how I became familiar with quart bottles. So let's see what happens with this one. Like I said, this is 4.8% ABV. Couldn't really find anything on IBUs. Ratings-wise, does okay. On Untappd had a 3.30. Beer Advocate 3.04 with an overall 71 okay, which surprised me on Beer Advocate. As you guys probably know, that's like Beer Snob Central there. All right. Now, I was hoping that this would be maybe like a little bit darker, but it looks like it's the same kind of color as Corona. Dos Equis has like the two different colors. I was hoping maybe we get something like that, but guess not. As far as what it looks like in the glass, it's like a nice golden color. If I had to use my Brew HQ chart, SRM chart, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4. It's just kind of yellow. Moderate carbonation. There are a fair amount of small bubbles, but it's not tons of them. It's not champagne-like. The head, I think I had a decent one fingers white head there initially, and it dissipated rather quickly. I guess kind of to be expected. I'm telling you, I saw this in the brown bottle. I was hoping this was going to be more like a Vienna lager style, like a darker lager, but guess not. We'll give it a sniff. The sniff, on the nose, what do you get? You get like some malty sweetness, kind of to be expected. Now, I will say this. I mean, I know this is going to be an adjunct lager, but it doesn't smell gross. Like, I don't pick up any of those off scents that kind of make me immediately not want the beer, so I guess that's decent. Yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy on the nose. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Body's all right. Medium body, probably on the lighter side of medium, but it's okay. As to taste, what do you get? Not a whole ton. You get like some malty sweetness, some grainy sweetness, and it's kind of it. Hops. No real hops presence. There is maybe a slight bitterness to it compared to a regular Corona, but I wouldn't call it hoppy in any way, shape, or form. You just kind of get that light sweetness. And it's okay. I mean, this is kind of smooth. You do get a little bit of, a little bit of something else going on. I mean, I suppose it's maybe a little bit more robust in the flavor department in Corona, because Corona to me is just straight, is too watery, to be honest. I mean, I get you're supposed to drink it at the beach on hot days. I understand time and place kind of comes into play as well. But for me, it never really hits the mark. If I'm going to drink a light beer, I'd rather have something else in a Corona. This, I think, is better than the regular Corona. Still not great, but I get it is what it is. Now, shareable, I suppose you could. You get a couple of beers out of this if you wanted to share it with a buddy. Yeah, it's all right. I don't love it. I don't hate it. if someone gave me one at a party or at a barbecue, I would drink it, and that's probably about it. So for me, Corona Familiar, you're just going to get an it's definitely not a drain pour. It's not something that I dislike, but it's not something that would go into the regular rotation. So middle of the road, it's passable for some folks. It's just, again, probably not something I'd buy again. So it is what it is. Glad to be able to try it. I do think this is better than the regular Corona, so I'm glad about that. If I'm going to get stuck buying a beer, at least it's not one that I hate, or a regular Corona, which I really dislike. So it is what it is. It was fun to try this out. Cool to check out the Mexico badge on Untappd, and I guess we'll see how this plays out at the World Cup. Who knows? Maybe Mexico will win. We'll see what happens. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, got any comments or questions? Jump in down below. Have you had the old familiar here? If not, have you tried regular Corona, and do you prefer that? For me, I'm a Dos Equis, guys. I love Dos Equis compared to Corona, but thrilled to be able to try it. Hey, till next time. Cheers!